Welcome. This is Back to the Bins. I'm your host, Mr. B. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back, and if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. This is a comic book collecting channel, and I'm a comic collector. These Sunday videos are intended to showcase the books I picked up just this past week at my local comic shop. I've got a pull list, so I'm pretty up to speed with what's happening in comics today. I love digging through the dollar bins, and I love digging through the back issue bins. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, and you'd like to take this journey back to the bins with me, why don't you take a look over there, and I'll show you what I picked up. Alright, and like I said, these are the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop, 204 Comics in Winnipeg. And as per usual, we start in alphabetical order, and today that takes us to the dollar bins.
No. What?
As well as Alpha Flight. This is Alpha Flight number 3 from July of 1983. It's a John Byrne cover. He's also doing the writing. That's Aurora on this classic cover, and I just had to get it. And I think I said dollar bins, but no, I got this online from my comic shop because they also do online sales. They got a great little online collection. It's always nice to take a look what's happening over there as well. So I picked this up when I went in on Thursday to pick up the rest of my books. Couldn't say no to this great cover. All right, and then heading into the polls this week, here we got a final issue. This is Animal Pound, number 5, Yuko Shimizu variant. I just love this book. This is a take on Animal Farm, and I think also the Trump presidency to some degree. I didn't pick up too much on that, as I heard that this was just a retelling of Animal Farm, and I looked at it that way, and I didn't really see the correlation, but I suppose if I dig into it, then yes. Looking forward to reading this and finishing this. This is a fantastic book. I really have enjoyed this, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'd like to get some more of Shimizu's work, so we'll see if there's more out there. All right, then heading over to DC. Look at this. We got this beauty, Batman number 152. This is a Nicola Scott Batman 85th anniversary cardstock variant. And of course, this is an homage to the cover of The Dark Knight Returns, featuring the one and only Adam West, or Batman 66. I love this. This is fantastic, and I'm just collecting the covers for this Batman run. And yeah, I will get into reading it eventually, but I'm just having a great time looking at all this great Batman fun, and Del Otto's been doing all these amazing covers, and this is one of them. And I think this is a little bit different for Del Otto than what I'm used to anyway. But great book, a great cover at least. I couldn't tell you what the book is like. Here's a book that I actually love to read, and it's high on my list of fantastic books. This is Birds of Prey number 13. This is the main cover, done by Leonardo Romero. He is one of my favorite artists. I love what he's done with the girls here on the cover. I love what he does every month. This is a fantastic book. And with fantastic Birds of Prey books, there's always a variant or two. This week there are 2, and we start with this one. This is, again, Birds of Prey number 13. This is an Ejikure cardstock variant. I hope that's how you say it, Ejikure. But beautiful stuff. We got Cassandra Cain, aka Batgirl, on the cover. Bit of an anime look to the face, but I just love the outfit. This is a great Bat costume, and I'm here for these kinds of great covers. Love that. And of course, there was another great cover this week for Birds of Prey. Right here, we got a Gavin Guidry cardstock variant. Hope that's how you say that last name, but love this too. A lot of great color. I love the I love the way everything's drawn, and of course you got Canary doing her thing, and through those waves, the cast and characters of Birds of Prey. Just a great book. Highly recommend it. I was gonna drop it. I say that every time we look at Birds of Prey, but until they stop making great covers on top of great books, I'm stuck with it. Alright, here is something from the dollar bins, if you couldn't tell. This is Captain America number 405 from June of 1992. That's a Danny Bulanati cover, and I really love this run where Captain America turns into Cap Wolf. Of course, this is one of the ones that I needed. I found this in the dollar bins. This is a copy that has eluded me on a higher grade, but I figured I just needed a run filler for now. I'm going to be doing Captain America. I have obviously been doing the milestone issues, but I'm also doing the run from 400 to 450 because when I was a teenager, I picked up Captain America number 400 for no other reason than it was the 400th issue. And now that I'm back into the hobby, I want to finish that run and go all the way to 450 because that is where I will end with the milestone covers of Captain America. And adding to that one, from the back issue bins, we got this right here, Captain America number 425. I mean, it's not really a huge milestone issue, but of course, I kind of like the idea of having 425 and 450 and 405. Maybe I should just do it all in fives, right? But no, I think this is a great cover. I think the other significant thing about this, first of all, this is from January of 1994. That's a Dave Hoover cover. This is the first appearance of Super Patriot and Dead Ringer. And this is also the first new trade dress for the Captain America title, which I thought was kind of a neat thing. Nothing that I saw anywhere that indicated that, but certainly I'll show you the issue before, and the trade dress has changed. I didn't go all the way back to see if there had been changes in the middle of the classic Captain America trade dress look. I don't know, but at least for me, from what I can tell, this is the first change. Speaking of Del Auto, final issues and all that jazz, we got Daredevil, number 13. Like I said, this is a Gabriel Del Auto variant cover. This is the final issue for me. This run is continuing, but for me, this is where I end off. I just can't keep collecting all these books for the covers. This has been a solid run of great covers for Daredevil. There is another one coming up in a couple of issues, but I'm not going to go back on saying that this was the end. I went one issue extra, so I'm just going to quit on this one. But there is another fantastic Del Auto cover coming up. I think it's issue 15. But I also really love this. Del Auto's work just always amazes me. This is perfect and a great way to end this run for me. And then eventually we'll read it. Now we got a new number 1 here. Something I've been had been on my pull list, which I feel for probably over a year. And then it disappeared and then it came back. This is Duckin' cover number 1. Raphael Albuquerque doing the cover. This is kind of a manga-influenced comic that takes place in post-apocalyptic America around 1955, so kind of interesting for me. That's a time period that I really enjoy. This is written by Scott Snyder. I don't know if I've read anything by Scott Snyder, obviously a big name in comic writing. I'm looking forward to reading this. I hope the art looks good. I haven't looked at it yet. And who knows when I'm going to get around to reading this, but I can't wait when it finally gets there. I counted 31 books I still need to read. As I'm doing this particular video, I'm also going to be reading some comics after this. I need to catch up and not have such a comic burden hanging over my head. Anyway, another comic I picked up this week. Here we got Get Fury number 5. It's a Dave Johnson cover. Garth Ennis doing the writing. Jason Burrows doing the pencils on the interiors, and this is a great book. I have really loved this. I told you last time I really dug this Max Comics imprint for Marvel. I love it's a bit more adult, a lot more violence and language. Really, really love this. I'm a huge fan of Nick Fury. This is probably the first real time I've read anything with Punisher, Frank Castle, but I'm enjoying it because I enjoy a good period piece. This takes place in Vietnam. And looking forward to when this ends. I think there might be 1 or 2 more issues left, but been a lot of fun. I would recommend it if you can find it. And then we got this as well. This is a fun book. Might be a little meh for some. This is Scarlett number 4. Marco Ferrari cover. Kelly Thompson doing the writing. Ferrari also doing the interiors. It's a fun book. Definitely getting chosen by a lot of people as the least favorite in the Energon universe. I'm having fun with this. I love the character. Always have loved Scarlett. A lot of fun. A lot of kung fu and ninja stuff. espionage. It's been a great book, and I would recommend it. I always will. Great character, and can't wait to see what happens in the next issue. Well, that's everything, folks. So hopefully you enjoyed what you saw, and how about we get back to the real world, shall we? Well, that was a great collection of books. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw, and if you did, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe? It really helps to build the channel, and I'd love to get that algorithm moving because I'd love to develop a community of people who just really love comics. Thanks so much for joining me today. We'll see you next week, and until then, remember, comics are good.